Oh, of course. Am I supposed to snap?
No.
Wait, no. So I like to start with eyebrows. The reason why is I kind of like to set the tone of what kind of look I'm going for. I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown. When I'm doing my brows, I like to do the outside of them first and kind of get the shape that I'm going for, and then I fill them in after. I like to go in soft little strokes. You don't want to push hard because that's going to make a thicker mark and it's going to be harder for you to blend out. So especially when you get here to the front of the brow, you just want to go very light-handed, because that's where you can kind of make yourself look a little angry or a little upset if you go in a little too hard. I like to prime my lids. I have some discoloration. You can see my veins and everything like that. And to make the eyeshadows go on a lot better and make them look a lot bolder, I just like to block all that out with some concealer before I go in. Just blend that out. You can use any concealer for this. It doesn't have to be anything special. There are eye primers for this as well, but I find that concealer works the best, so I just use the same concealer that I will use under my eyes. Make sure that when you do this, that you go into the corner here. If you miss that, then there's usually, on me, there's some blue, and I want to hide that discoloration. And for this, I want to set the concealer that I just put on my eyes because I don't want it moving around or anything. So I'm just going to use the flesh color or the lightest color in the palette, and it's called Fresh. So you want to take this color right into your crease area, just the area here, the part where your eyes are open where the skin folds. So now I'm going to take Twig. And now I'm using a smaller blender brush as well, just to pack the color on and get it a little bit more precise. And keep in mind when you're working with darker colors, it's easier to just go in, get a little bit, and then build it up slowly rather than packing it on and then trying to blend it out. And we're back. I put Pearl on my eyes. I just applied it with my finger just to get a better payoff quality. I also put eyeliner on, and I put on my mascara as well. I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I like this because it fills in your fine lines, it smooths, blurs, does all the things that it says it's going to do, which I really appreciate. So I just rub it in with my hands. Make sure that when you are doing your makeup that your hands are clean. You wash your hands before you do your makeup. Now I'm going to be putting on my foundation. I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. I'm in shade 170. Go in. So now that my foundation's all blended out, I'm going to go in with concealer. So I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer in the same shade 170. It's actually meant to match your foundation shade. So unless you want to go a little bit lighter or get something that matches your skin tone, this one is meant to highlight. So I'm just putting it under my eyes and then a few points that I will be highlighting later. And same thing, I just use a damp beauty blender to blend it out. You want to make sure that before you set your under eyes that there is no creasing at all. So I just go back, make sure there are no lines, no creasing, and then I just dip into the powder with my same beauty sponge and just put the powder on. And now to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm using two because I like to use this one to set my whole face, and I like to use the Fenty Beauty one because it's lighter, it's lavender, and it sets under my eyes. It's the color for my skin tone, just to make it a little lighter under there. So I'm just using a big fluffy brush to put the powder lightly all over my face. I'm not going in heavy-handed or anything. I just wanna make sure that my foundation isn't gonna move. So now we're gonna be moving on to the rest of the face. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bronze. So I'm gonna be using my Bobbi Brown bronzer in Natural. I've had this forever. It is like ride or die, and I can never find anything to replace it. This shade for me, and you only need a little bit, and it just makes such a difference to have the right shade of bronzer for you. You don't want to have anything too orange, too brown to make you look muddy. I'm just using a big bronzer brush from Morphe. So I'm just using Peaches and Margin, and I'm just mixing them, applying them with my blush brush. You don't want to go in too heavy. You want to go in light. You can always add more after, and you can build it up. Once it's on there, you know, then you're kind of living with it. My lashes are on just to add a little oomph. So now the last thing that we ought to do to wrap this look up is lips. I'm going to be using the Kylie Jenner lip kit, and I'm using the color Dirty Peach, and I'm just going to go in with the lip liner first. And now I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick. This is the completed look with the lips all done, eyes all done. You could wear this anywhere. You could wear it for a date. You could wear it for a music festival. With the peach lip, it's perfect for summer. Thank you for watching Shaw Spotlight. This is Chantelle's Makeup in 10.